Hello students, as I am preparing this video for our upcoming exam, so this will be the complete revision of class 9th biology chapter number 6, which is tissue. So in this video we are only about to discuss about only plant tissue. As you know that there are animal tissues also, but in this video we will have a study of only plant tissue. In this chapter we will try to study the types of tissue only of plant tissue and structure of them and also functions of plant tissue. So let's have started. Okay, so first of all let us understand the meaning of tissue. So what is tissue? So in previous class we have studied about cells. So if cells are grouped together and they are grouped in such a way that they are grouped to perform a special task, special function, so they are called tissue. Means specialized type of cells are called tissue. So in this video we will have a study of plant tissue only. So here you can see the whole chart of the types of plant tissue. So first one is meristematic tissue and another is permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues are those tissue who are rapidly dividing, who are continuously making copies of themselves. They are three types: apical, lateral and intercalary. Other than this, the permanent tissue, when the uh, meristematic tissue have developed fully and matured, after that they become permanent. They are having two types: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue are having three types: one is parenchyma, another is collenchyma, and third one is sclerenchyma. And complex tissue are having two types. In previous classes probably you would have studied about them. One is xylem and another is phloem. Okay, so xylem are having four types which we are later about to discuss, and phloem are also having four types. So let us discuss about the plant tissue. Okay, so first type of plant tissue that we are going to study about the meristematic tissue. So whom do we call meristematic tissue? The tissue which are continuously dividing are called meristematic tissue. These tissues are mainly made up of thin cellulose wall, means they are very thin wall and they are rapidly dividing. Okay, and you can see that they may be spherical, oval or polygonal. Maybe they are having multiple types of shape. They are compactly arranged, very well compactly arranged. Compactly arranged means they are having no intercellular space. If you observe, the cellular space is very negligible or not present, but you can observe a large nucleus inside every cell, because nucleus contains DNA. As you know that nucleus contains DNA, and when cell make copy of itself, the copy of DNA should be also performed. So it has large nucleus but doesn't have vacuoles. Okay, vacuoles are very less or no vacuole is there. Here you can see the diagram. Here you can see the cytoplasm, the cell wall which is very thin, and a large nucleus is present. So this is all about meristematic tissue, which are continuously dividing type of tissue. Okay, let us understand the types of meristematic tissue. So there are three types: apical, lateral and intercalary. Here you can observe in the diagram apical meristem at the apex position. Apex means at the top position. Here you can see at the top position apical meristem is present. What will be the function of apical meristem? It helps to increase in height and depth of the root. Where it is present? It is present in the stem and root, and the main function is to increase height and increase the depth. Next is lateral meristem. They are also known as cambium. They are at the present at the sidewise of the plant. And what is the function? Very important function. They increase the diameter or the width of the plant. Suppose this is the diameter of the plant. So what will happen? So this cambium will divide itself and will try to increase the width of the plant. So likewise it will be dividing and the overall width of the plant will be increased. Okay, and the third type of meristematic tissue are intercalary meristem. So the intercalary, they are present at the node of the plant. So what is the node of the plant? Let me draw a diagram here. Once you have observed the where any of the time, I think you have seen you have seen the plant of sugar cane. So in the plant of sugarcane you can clearly observe there are some nodes. You will feel that the plant is joined in multiple parts. These parts are called node, and in between this is called internode. So the intercalary meristem, it divides from the node of the plant, and it increases the branches. It is responsible for the development of branches over the plant. So these are the three types of meristematic tissue. Okay. The another type of plant tissue is permanent tissue. When meristematic tissue are mature and fully developed, they changes into permanent tissue. So first definition we need to understand here is about differentiation. What is differentiation? When regular shapes, when general cells change their shape and size in such a way that they can perform a special task. So this is called differentiation. Means there are group of cells, but this group of cell has given another task. There are another group of cells, they have given different tasks, and there are another group of cells, they are having different tasks. So performing all different tasks is known as differentiation. Okay. So types of permanent tissue, there are two types of permanent tissue. One is simple permanent tissue. What do you mean by simple permanent tissue? Simple permanent tissue are made up of same type of cell. Means if only a type of cell will be there, so in permanent tissue all cell type will be A only. Okay. The second is complex tissue. What is complex permanent tissue? They are having different type of cell. Suppose A, B, C, G, F, X, means I am just giving you example that there are different kind of cells. Just to understand that in simple only single type of cells will be there, and in complex different types of cell will be available. Okay. So first we will try to understand a simple permanent tissue. In simple permanent tissue there are three type of tissue. One is parenchyma, another is collenchyma, and third is sclerenchyma. Let us first understand about parenchyma. So what is parenchyma cells? Parenchyma cells are very young and new cells. Okay, they are living cells, and they are also having power of division. When meristematic cells are earlier developed, just developed meristematic cells are known as permanent cells, because they are like meristematic cells only. They are thin, they are dense, and they are elongated. And you will observe that while going to parenchyma to sclerenchyma, the intercellular space will be decreasing. So intercellular space is present in parenchyma, but in sclerenchyma it will be absent, and central vacuole is present. So you observe the difference between meristematic tissue. Central vacuole was absent in meristematic tissue, and it is present in parenchyma cells. Okay. If we talk about parenchyma cells, there are two types of parenchyma cell. One is chlorenchyma. So dear student, whenever you word chlorine, so chloro word always represent green. And as you know that green plants are able to do what? Photosynthesis. So chlorenchyma, they contain chlorophyll, they are green in color, and they perform the function of photosynthesis. Another is arenchyma. In biology, aere means air. So the cells which are having air cavities, they feel air inside the cell, and because of increasing the air amount in the cell floats on the water. So this type of cells are mainly found in aquatic plants, where the plants are generally dipped into the water. What is the function of parenchyma cell? Parenchyma cells give support to plant body and store food in the uh, vacuoles. Okay. Second is collenchyma. So collenchyma is the second type of plant tissue, permanent plant tissue. These cells are also alive. These are tightly packed cells having no intercellular. So let me remember you, parenchymal cells were having intercellular space, and collenchyma having very less inter or no intercellular space. Collenchyma are found below the epidermis in leaves and stem. What is the function of collenchyma? So collenchyma gives mechanical support. Okay, because the parenchyma cells were made up of parenchyma. I am talking about parenchyma. Parenchyma cells were made up of cellulose, and collenchyma cells are made up of pectin plus cellulose, and the pectin material is flexible in nature. So it gives flexibility to the plant. Very important point. The collenchyma cells gives flexibility to the plant. Okay. The third type of cell is sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma. These cells are dead. Okay, and the cell wall is very thick and hard. And in parenchyma cell there was cellulose. In collenchyma there were cellulose plus pectin. And in sclerenchyma cell there is deposition of lignin. Lignin is a very hard material. Okay, and sclerenchyma cells are dead. So where do we found this hard material? On the covering of seed and nut. You would have seen the seed बीज देखा होगा आपने. The covering is generally very hard. Why it is hard? Because sclerenchyma tissues are present. So if the sclerenchymas are hard, what will be the function of sclerenchyma? Making the hard and stiff plant and provide strength to the plant, because they are hard in nature. So once make we revise that the collenchyma are flexible in nature, where the sclerenchyma are hard and stiff in nature, and it gives flexibility. Collenchyma gives flexibility to the plant, and sclerenchyma gives strength to the plant. Okay, let us understand the complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue having two types, xylem and phloem. Probably you would have studied about this chapter in your previous classes. The xylem and phloem both together are called vascular tissue. Let us first understand about xylem. Okay, here you can see in the structure, xylem are having four types. One is tracheoid. What is tracheoid? Tracheoid provide transportation of water. Okay, you can remember xylem, and in Hindi it is jal. So xylem resembles with jal, that is why it carries water. Okay, here the perforated plate is there, which is responsible for the transportation of water. Second is vessel. Vessel also responsible for the transportation of water as well as mineral. And these are both these tracheoid and vessels are hard in nature, that is why they give mechanical support. The third one is xylem parenchyma. So parenchyma, just we have studied about parenchyma cells. And why we call complex? Because different types of cells are there. Tracheoid, vessels, parenchyma, fiber, different cells are there. And xylem parenchyma store food, and xylem fiber, they are dead and mechanical support. Okay, so one more important thing is there to note that except xylem parenchyma, okay, except xylem parenchyma, all other xylem elements are dead, because only parenchyma is alive and all other are hard and all other are dead. Okay, the next is phloem. So phloem is another type of complex permanent tissue of plant. It is also having once again four types. First one is sieve tube. Sieve tube, as you know that the phloem resembles for the transportation of food. So sieve tube is responsible for the transportation of food material. Companion, what do you mean by companion? Companion means friend. So what is companion cells? Companion cells help sieve tube to transport food material. Similarly, like xylem parenchyma, we are having phloem parenchyma, which also able to store food material. And similarly, like xylem fiber, we are also having phloem fiber, which are dead and having mechanical support to the plant. So this is all about our chapter, and only about plant tissue. In the next video we will try to understand different type of animal tissue. So this is all for today. I hope you would have understood. Okay, all the best for your exams, and we will continue our study in the next video. Thank you very much.